I'm not trying to sound overly pious or anything like this, but just in line with great thinkers in the church who had to function in crisis. There's this rather obscure North African church father that I kind of try to, engage a little bit once in a while. His name's Augustine. Okay, now incidentally, Augustine was not German. He was not British. He was not French. I shouldn't say this. Forgive me. My evil side is coming up. He was North African, Berber, and one of the greatest minds in the history of the church, you see. But even in consulting voices like him, everything turns, in terms of Lisa's great question there, relationship with God, drawing near to God. Yieldedness depends upon him. Please understand, I'm not trying to just sound biased. I'm talking about the hope of maintaining this kind of balance where I am living an authentic existence, but I'm not ruled by the pain that can harden to resentment, hatred, that then, as Augustine also points out, study of God now, that eats your soul. You think that by having resentment against whatever or whoever, you think that they're the ones paying the greatest price. No, they're not. And I'm talking about a voice from around the 400s who would voice this and say that the one who hates is the one who's having his or her soul eaten, rendered inert. So there has to be a way of soul care, but the soul care begins with that focus upon God first and foremost. Lord, I want to be pleasing to you. Lord, I want to be the person you want me to be. Lord, I want to fulfill what you want me to do in the way that you want me to do it. Because in that framework, I may indeed experience pain, have the baggage that Lisa mentioned, but Lord, you give strength. You maintain life. You keep me alive and able to think despite the pressure. My young basketball players, these little freshmen running around, they think they're bad, when you're coming out there. It's a riot, the time that I spent, because they were big stars in 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, and now they're going to come into the Catholic League high school, and they're going, dudes, calm down. You have no understanding what's involved here. What I mean by that is, you're going to be in fierce game conditions, and you're still going to have to think. You're going to have bad calls made by the referee, and you're still going to have to think, process what we need to do. Long and short, everything turns on that, and then trusting that he raises up people, circumstances, and the like to keep you in good health. Confronting that which you need to confront. Dealing with issues that you have to deal with. But not allowing your soul to become deadened. God is able to do that. God facilitates that. If you lose sight of that, you then become victimized by the circumstances. All right, so I would suggest that the cultivation of a healthy relationship with God, all of that entails, is what enables you to confront real issues and questions, journey through them that sometimes are extremely painful, humiliating, disappointing, but he still allows you, he still empowers you to be focused on matters the way you need to be focused. And that way you avoid becoming the victim of being manipulated by your circumstances. Now I say do that. I wish I had done it more consistently coming up.